Welcome back, everyone, to Morning Line, live and direct to you from Studio A. Nick Barris, along with Dr. Friday. She's a tax preparer, has been doing it for more than 2 decades, right?
Oh, wow, that makes it sound really old. 20 years is better than 2 decades.
Stuff. Anyway, I appreciate you coming on.
Thank you for inviting me.
April 15th, still the day, right?
Well, actually, I think it's 17th or 18th this year.
Because the 15th land on
Yeah, I think the 15th lands on Sunday, Emancipation Day is, or Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday is Emancipation Day, so I believe it is the 18th.
The 18th of April, huh?
Is it Tuesday?
Which is a Tuesday.
Yep,
yeah.
there you go.
Holy cow, you're right.
We get a few extra days, which is actually never good, because that means my weekend is gone for the 15th.
It actually does say on the 18th, tax day. So
there you go.
You get a couple extra days than you would think as opposed to the 15th. But you want to get on it now. And we're taking calls, questions or comments. Sam and some of these others and Dan have had good questions. Let's go to,
awesome.
Actually, I think now we do have Ray. Ray, good morning.
Yeah.
Are you there, Ray?
Yeah.
Hey, how can we help you, sir?
If people on guilty, should they file?
One more time?
I'm sorry, say that again? Yeah, you're breaking up.
If people on disability, should they file income tax?
No. Well, I should say if it is government disability through Social Security, the answer is no, unless you are married to somebody that has a job and therefore your disability is treated like Social Security, where it can be taxed up to 85%. It may be considered married filing separately in that situation.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
That's awesome. So if you're on disability, no. What about Social Security? When you retire, I guess for me when I do at 65, or it'll probably be 67, and I start getting my Social Security benefit, do I pay tax on that benefit?
No, it would be completely tax-free, but if you were to take money from a pension and have Social Security, then it may make some of your Social Security taxable.
Or should I, and if, of course, I'm still working at something at that point, I'll pay taxes on whatever I earn
and part of your Social Security will also be taxed.
Yes, okay, I gotcha.
Yeah.
Let's go next to, we got Richard. Hi, Richard.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning, sir. How can we help you?
Well, I was curious. Back in 2010, I went to file my taxes. I was to receive $500 back. They wanted to charge me $700, and to be honest, I just flipped out and didn't file.
Okay.
And I haven't filed
since.
I filed last year.
Good boy.
What I'm asking, what I'm curious about, will I get penalized? I've always paid in, but would I be able to call the IRS and file for those years?
No.
And would I get penalized?
Great question. Bottom line is, if you leave money on the table, we can only go back 3 years to collect that money. So at this point, it would be 15, 14, and 13 that we'd be able to get up until April the 15th or 18th, 15th, I believe, for that deadline. Anyways, so anything, so 10, 11, and 12 are gone. If you left money on the table, well, thank you for helping sponsor all those extra funds we needed in our funding. We will not.
I'm a generous person.
You are, and we appreciate you. You know, thank you. I'm sure the government used your money wisely.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, boy.
But if you did not file 12 and 13, I mean 13, 14, and 15, you said you filed 15, you might want to consider filing those. And again, I don't know your situation, if you're self-employed or if you say you always pay in, that sounds like a W-2, you may be able to qualify for some of these free programs. Charging $700 for a $500 refund, that sounds bizarre, but I'm not too sure where you went. That being said, you might want to reconsider getting those filed. Why leave money on the table when it's not necessary?
Right. So would I call the IRS to see if that's something I can do, or?
No, you can do it. You just need to have someone prepared. You just need to get the documents or go to an enrolled agent. We're able to be a representative so we can pull your transcripts and get the information from the IRS if you don't have it.
Okay.
Okay?
All right. Well, yes, ma'am. Y'all have a great day.
Hey, thank you for calling.
I appreciate the call. Good question. So I'm just curious. You see this every year. How much money is actually left on the table each year in this country by American citizens who have it coming to them, but for whatever reason don't apply for
Billions.
it? Is that stunning?
Tennessee alone, and this was a couple years ago, we left like $4 million on the table in like 2012.
Is it that they don't know, they don't think about it, they don't take the time? I'm just curious. Do you have a theory on that?
90% of the time I say they don't know. I've got probably 7 cases where I'm doing 8, 10 years back work. And the problem, the saddest thing is, just like that gentleman that called in, many of those years there was money left on the table. So they didn't know. They just didn't file. Maybe they got divorced back then. You know what? Life got hard. And then, it's easier to procrastinate.
They never thought about it.
Until either they want to go buy a house, they want to go buy something, or they're just getting married again, and they decide, you know what, I need to get my IRS issue taken care of. And do that before you marry. Just a little hint.
Yeah.
So don't get married and then fix your IRS issues. Just saying. I've had 2 issues of that one. But that being said, leaving the money on the table is a sad thing, because a lot of times in the future or whatever, they might owe money on 1 year and get a refund the next, and I can't apply that refund to the years that they owed money.
The IRS will track you if you don't pay what you owe them. But if they know that they have some money that could be yours, they're not reaching out to you. Now, if you do, for some reason, on a year-to-year, let's say you prepare it yourself, you wouldn't make this mistake. Let's just say I prepared it myself and I messed up, and somehow I sent them $200 too much on this return. Now, I think I did that once years and years ago. They sent me some money back.
Well, that's it.
They said you made a mistake. I filed
because you filed,
and
now,
I owed $1,200, but I paid them $14. So they sent me $200 back.
Exactly, because you filed the report. They had something to match it with. In their defense, if you have a W-2 in the system, and the system does do an automatic calculation. So if you owe the IRS, they may send you a love letter saying, we've done a tax return on your behalf. And keep in mind, also, we like to file because there is a time clock. The IRS only has 10 years to collect debt from the date of filing till when you
After that, you're free and clear.
You're free and clear. So if you owe $50,000 for 2003, that $50,000, and you filed your taxes on time, guess what? It's gone.
How often do people slip through?
Well, a lot. Well, I mean, I'm making, sometimes we wait the specialty. You get away with it. I mean, you have.
They can only think about it. They're dealing with millions of tax returns.
Billions.
Billions, and it's amazing how many they catch.
Exactly.
But people are going to slide through.
Absolutely.
All right, let's go to Ricky. Hi, Ricky.
Hi, Nick.
Good morning. How can we help you, buddy?
I got 2 questions for Dr. Friday.
Okay.
First one is that you have to have proof of insurance on your taxes this year, I think. If you don't, you have to pay a penalty, I think. And what I'm asking is, I have 10 months of COBRA, where I had insurance with COBRA. Then now I'm on disability. Will they both send me a form stating that I have this insurance? And number 2, we've had an estate, some land in the estate of my daddy that was sold, and when we sold it, it didn't sell for what it was praised for. It was praised for more than what we actually sold it for. Will I get to count that as a deduction, or will I just lose that, or how will that work?
Okay, so first question is, yes, both COBRA and your disability should report it on a 1095 A, B, or C. Not sure which ones, but you should get forms from each of those companies that you then use to put on as proof of insurance. Second then is the estate. If this was in a trust, there would be a trust tax return. There would be a loss carry forward of capital gains that you then would get on a K-1, and it would follow through onto your personal, and you'd be able to claim $3,000 a year of that loss against your potential income. Or if you have gains from someplace else, it may offset it. So that would be one thing. When you say estate, unfortunately, sometimes it may be 4 people that their name was on the property, and you guys each had individual, and you'll be doing your own Schedule D on your gain and loss. So you should be able to claim the loss. It'll just be dependent on other situations. Maybe the estate had other gains that will eat up the loss. There's a lot of exceptions to that. So sorry, Ricky, I don't know the exact answer, but I would definitely talk to the person preparing the taxes for the estate to make sure that they roll those losses to you. If you're entitled to them, you should be able to get them.
What do you think, Ricky?
Nick, it was to 5 different people, and we did get a thing from our CPA that showed how much each one of us was going to get to count as the D-loss. Okay. But I wasn't sure how that actually worked.
Yep, you'll be able to follow. It's going to follow onto a Schedule D. Your tax person should be able to handle that. Need help, give us a call. But you'll be able to claim it, but you'll only be able to claim $3,000 a year. It will be one of those things that will carry over for a number of years, possibly.
All right.
Thanks, buddy.
How about that? Thank you for your call. Do we need to take a break, or can we have time for one more call? Okay, let's take another call. She's waited for a while. Let's go to Sheila. Hello, Sheila. Hi, Sheila.
Hello. I was wondering, I've been married for like 7 months. Do I supposed to claim marriage? Do we supposed to claim together or separate? Because I thought it was like you have to be married for 12 months?
Sorry, girl, you chose him. You're stuck with him. It's married the day you're married, even if it's December 31st, you have to claim them the entire year. So the day you married, it clocks the entire year. Same thing with divorce. If you were to divorce today or December 31st, you would have been divorced for the entire 12 months. So you are going to claim married or married filing separately, depending on your guys' filing situation.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much.
Thanks, sweetie.
Thank you. Did you say the first?
Don't know.
We all have accents.
We all have funny accents.
Your accent,
My accent
well, no,
comes
I
and
didn't say yours
goes.
is funny. I like yours a lot. Yours is from where?
Australia, but
Okay.
I lived in Australia, England, Japan, and the United States.
So you've got a real
and I lived in
hodgepodge.
like Texas and
So
California.
you picked up a little something from everywhere.
I think I did. I think my accent kind of, and it comes thicker and thinner, different words, I'm told. And of
Sure.
course, on the radio show I do every Saturday,
Yeah.
it apparently people walk in first say, "You sound just like on the radio," as if I could fake it. This accent apparently you can't fake.
I understand you just fine.
Thank you.
All right, we'll take a break on that. When we come back, if you're on hold, stay there. I think we've got Sheila and some others. We've got some lines open too. 737-7587. More with Dr. Friday on taxes after this. Stay with us.